I came out here about a year ago, my friend Peggy's house, and detected the whole yard. My Garrett was still brand new. I was still learning the machine. Literally, I found beer cans. That was it. You have to excuse my voice today. It's 85 degrees and I have a cold. I don't know how that works. Um, Happens to me every summer, though. However, now that I learned the machine a little better, she's offered to let me come back out and do it again. There's also some more property that I couldn't get to last summer when I was out here that has been mowed and a path made through it, so at least I can do where the path is. The rest of the weeds are about taller than me. But we're going to try it again. Hopefully we find something. Now the house isn't that old, the neighbor's house isn't old. These were all fields back before the 60s. And we did find some farming implements. Literally all we found were motorcycle parts because her sons and her husband used to build motorcycles, and beer cans because her husband always had a beer on the rider, and he would set it down where he had already mowed, and I think I found every single one he had ever sat down. The dirt out here is kind of special. It's all sand. We are in Michigan, so there is a lot of sand. However, they have to buy special grass seed just to grow grass. Um, it's great digging. It's so easy. Um, Things sink in a little faster, but everything comes out of the ground looking exactly how it went going in. So I hope we find something that's been dropped, not just beer cans and farming implements. So if I get back to you, that means I found something. And if you're watching this, I found stuff. Anyway, hopefully I get back to you. Yeah, if I can get it to where you can see it, it's a little too bright. Goes to show you how fast something sinks in this sand. You can get it to where you can see it. It's a 1986 nickel. It was 8 inches down. Alright, well I finally got my first thing other than beer cans and clad out of here. I've dug, well, I got a Pepsi can, so I got more than beer cans. I dug a couple cans, a couple pull tabs, 2 pennies, modern, and a nickel that was modern. But it was a 1986, I think I showed you that clip earlier. 1986, it was 8 inches down, so it just goes to show how far everything sinks into this sand. But if you see that hole over there by my detector, this came out of it. I was trying to get it over here in the shade a little bit so you could see some detail on that. And yeah, go ahead, yell at me. I didn't have my gloves on and I cut my finger. It's not bad though. Again, I'm sorry for my voice. It gets worse as the day goes on. I don't know if it's allergies or cold or what. Somebody tell me what the heck this thing is. It rang up mid-80s. Guessing it's made of brass. If it is brass, it's very crude. It's got something right here where it looks like it's 2 pieces, and then there was something made of a thinner, maybe even thinner brass in here in the middle. Almost looks like the end of a light bulb right there, which it's not, but it resembles that. There could be something printed in here. I don't know if there's something printed there or if it's just rough. I'll clean it up some more when I get home, but yeah, that's the first thing of any age I've pulled out of here. Like I said, they moved a lot of the sand around when they were putting houses in here, so nothing is where it once was. But yeah, if you know what that is, it's pretty decorative, so I wouldn't think it to be part of any farming equipment, and this was a farm. I'll clean it up some more when I get home, see if I can't get something stamped on it somewhere to give me an idea of what to look up. But yeah, if you know what that is, put it in the comments. Let me know. Well, I think I might have figured out what this piece was too. Remember I said it looked like it had a thinner brass right there? Alright, well, I don't even know where it was now. I think right there is where it was. Right there is where I dug that piece. Right there. And right over there is where I dug this piece. So I don't know if you can see the detail in that or not. This actually broke apart pulling it out of the ground right there. But with the sun, I can't tell if you can see that. Let me see if I can block the sun and get you a better... Maybe not. Maybe it's better that way. This looks like a fancy oil lamp to me. You can't hardly see any of the detail, I know. Let me get it, see if I can get it to go to macro so you can see it. There's some of it. This is brass. And when it was still in one piece, it looked like an oil lamp the way it was shaped and smashed. So I think this was the handle on top. So I don't know if maybe it was a lamp that went on a carriage and you could hook it onto a carriage, or if I wouldn't think that would be your carrying handle. I can barely fit my finger in there. So I would say that hung on a hook. I'm going to see if I can find any more of it out here. Not sure what that's doing down here. This is a spigot for a garden hose. Your handle went out here. This is where your hose goes. This connects to your water line. Yeah, I'm not sure unless there's just some trash dumped down here also. Like I said, they moved a lot of dirt around when they put this house in, but this is not that old, so who knows how it got here. Could have been tossed. Could have been anything. Alright, you can see that power pole in your frame right here. There's a tag over here in the grass. I'm assuming it came off of either that pole or something they were carrying. It says American Energy Services. It's stamped with 1995, and then it's stamped over that with 6. So that was in one hole, right there where my detector head is. And mind you, 5 feet from here is where I got this all these old lamp parts. A fuse. It's a 15 amp fuse. Now that one's not that old. I mean, it's not that young either, but some of you probably have never seen a fuse box. You've only had breaker boxes. This is what we had before that. Some people still have fuse boxes in their houses, though. I know my grandma does, or did. But now I have another one right here. If this is closer to modern trash, I'm going to quit for the day. I don't know what's in the hole yet. I haven't even finished cutting the plug. I wanted to show you the 2 items that came out of the other hole. It's 90 degrees, it's sunny, there's not a lot of trees. The only tree I have is the one that I'm filming under, so I can come back and get some shade once in a while. It's hotter than Hades out here, and I have stopped sweating, and my water bottle that I'm carrying with me is empty. So the lady who owns this property, she's like a mother to me. If she found out that I had quit sweating and I was this hot and overheated, she'd ground me, and then she wouldn't let me detect anymore. So if this is junk in this hole, I am going to go visit with her for a little while and come out here on a cooler day, because I think I finally found the good spot. And on that note, it was a Dr. Pepper cap. So I think I'm going to detect my way back up to where you see the road disappear there, and then I'm going to go up and visit with my friend and cool off in the air conditioning. Okay, so I lied. I have not headed that way yet. I went back behind me next to the shade tree. This rings up like a bullet, shaped like a bullet, squashed like a bullet. Color-wise, it looks nothing like a bullet, but it does ring up in the mid-60s. Sometimes I get lead that rings up. Most times lead will ring up in the 70s, but if it's old enough, I'll get it ringing up in the 60s. It's heavy like lead, so I'll go home and clean that up and see if maybe underneath all the dirt and patina, maybe it's lead. Alright, sorry for the road noise. We're right next to the old highway right now. But out of that hole, we got a mason jar lid. The zinc part is pretty much gone. I don't know how I got that milk glass out of there without breaking it. It was pinpointer deep, about 10 inches. It was under a root, so how I got it out of there without breaking it. Sorry, it was a truck. I have no idea. But we got it out of there. And I have a wonderful jar that I just acquired that will go perfect on. That's missing its glass. But anyway, yeah, we're going to have some deep targets in this yard. So I'm going to have to turn the sensitivity up and go slow. Alright, I already put my plug back right here. But, what the heck is that? Sorry for the road noise. I am right by the road, so it's going to be noisy. But look how decorative that was. Is that maybe like the top of a wrought iron fence or something? I mean, it's clearly broken down here. It looks like maybe a bolt or something went in here. It's all rusted, whatever was in there. That's pretty cool. Still don't know what it is, but it's pretty cool. Alright, well that's a first for me in Michigan. I cut that plug, and I dug a buckeye. I usually only find those in Ohio and Kentucky. I have never found one of those in Michigan in 30 years. Just a 65 Memorial out of that one. Getting older the closer I get to the porch anyway. Last one was a 97. Alright, well I just dug underneath this tree root right here as it goes down. I dug in from over here and went under. And I think I got my first item of significant age. I also just verified that summer is here. I just had a tick crawling on me. If you watched my previous videos, I've been crawling through the woods and in farm fields and everything else, and I haven't had any on me so far. But one came out of that hole when I dug it and crawled up my arm. He's buried in the hole now. It looks like a snap, or maybe it was a metal back button. The center is gone, so that's why I was thinking it was a snap. Not positive. The front says Potter and London, L-U-N-D-I-N. And on the back, I know you can't make that out, I'm in the shade of a tree right now. It says patented February 7th, 1888. When I get home, I'll get that cleaned up a little better and I'll get some photos for you. Well, right here next to the sidewalk, right there, got my first weedie out of here. That thing was deep. It took me forever to find it because it was so deep. It was deeper than my pinpointer, so it was over 10 inches deep. It's a 1952. It's nothing special, just a weedie. Hopefully we can start getting older and older and older. I went from 97 into the 60s into the 50s now, so hopefully we just keep going backwards in dates. Alright, well I came around to the back side, and this is one that's under construction right now. There's a lot of roofing and plumbing and all kinds of different things going on back here right now. But this was laying on top of the ground. It's an old lamp. I thought that was pretty cool. Just laying there. The little dial that would normally have the date on it is not there. I'm going to dig around a little bit and see if I can find that, because I really like to get the date off of that little knob there. So if I find that, I'll turn the camera back on and let you know. Whew, that one took some work. See how deep that, well, I don't know if you can tell or not, but my hand in it, you might be able to. The bit was facing just like that. This was all I could see. It wasn't until I finally worked it loose that I got it out of there, but yeah, that's a nice axe head. Got some big ol' honking piece of corrosion on that side, but that'll probably knock right off. I think I'll take that home and clean it up a little bit and see what it looks like. Not what I expected, but I'll take it. Well, there's a new one for me. Of course, Spartan, and we're in Spartan country here. It's a rose tag. It's a license for a rose plant, for a rose bush. So, I didn't know they had licenses for roses. Yeah, down here underneath the corrosion, it's actually numbered. That's kind of cool. Nothing great, but just have never seen one of those. Got a 1945 wheat out of that one. At least they're getting older, right? No, I'm not real happy about that either, but I'd like to find something older, being it's an older house. I'd like my camera to focus, but it's not. See if I can. Nope, it's not going to.